name is Mishka and welcome to my channel. Today I will be showing you guys how I created this very glowy, sexy, sultry sort of a makeup look. And personally I love glowy makeup. I'm not a fan of, matte makeup looks, but that's just my preference. So if you guys would like to know how I achieved this look, please do keep on watching. So to start off with, and the most important step I do believe in doing your foundation is moisturizing and priming. I'm using the Pixi Rose Flash Balm. Now this is a 3-in-1. It's a moisturizer, primer and a mask. So I will be using this as a moisturizer and a primer. And I put a, let's say like generous amount on. I'm going to go in the Pixi Beauty Rose Glow Mist and then spray this all over my face. Ugh, some going into my mouth. Ugh. Ugh. Nasty. I will be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, and a lot of people ignore this and then ask why their foundation is bad or why the consistency is different. It says shake well. So once we've shaken that up, I'm only going to use one pump per side, and I do one side at a time just because I feel like I can take my time with working to blend the one side in instead of rushing to get everything before the foundation dries, and then just distribute it all over the one side of my face. So I'm gonna go in with this foundation brush, and lately I've really been enjoying applying my foundation with a brush instead of a beauty blender. So with this brush, I know you're supposed to press foundation in, but with this brush I feel like buffing it works a little bit better for me. And I like to get in the brow as well. I don't know, because I have like such dark brows, I just like to cover them with a bit of foundation, but like nothing crazy. Now you can see that coverage is quite nice. It is matte, but you can see there is still a bit of a dewiness, and I just, look at that. I love this coverage. It's not, a heavy coverage, so we're gonna go and do the other side. Now after I've done one pump per side, I will go in with just half a pump and just put it on the areas where I feel I do want a little bit more coverage, or where I do have spots or blemishes. Also, I wanted to mention, if I do look a little bit swollen, I'm still swollen from extractions of my tooth on the side, so please don't mind that. So now we are going to go in with concealer. I've got 3 concealers here. I feel like today I'm going to go in with the LA Girl. Yeah, I feel like using the LA Girl today just because it's full coverage but it's still dewy. So we don't want that dry matte look under the eye. We do want a bit of a dewiness. So I'm just going to put this on. I always like to get the corners of my mouth because I do have some hyperpigmentation on the corners of my mouth. I don't know why. I've really tried to identify what's causing it. But if you know, or if you have any remedy to take that away, please comment down below and help a girl out, because I hate these hyperpigmentation marks. So for concealer, I will be using a beauty sponge. This is not the Real Technique. I will leave the link of the sponge down below. It is a dupe and it's from the Skin. And for me, I prefer it way more than the Real Technique. I feel like the Real Technique doesn't provide me with all that coverage and it does soak up more of the product, which the sponge doesn't. So I always start with the chin. And I like to leave my concealer on here to get it a little bit dry because then it's a bit more pigmented. That's just in my personal opinion. I'm just using tapping motions to blend out my concealer. And you can see, it's blended out very beautifully. Now we will do the under eye. I will start with this side because I applied it this side first. So this side will of course be a bit more drier than what this side is. So I think that looks very good. It's nice and highlighted. I like that a lot. So now we are going to set the face, and the setting powder I'm going to be using is the Makeup Revolution Luxury Powder in Banana, and this is honestly my favorite setting powder out there. It is very, very inexpensive as well, and I don't know, to me this is just one of the best powders because I do have a yellow undertone and I feel like it just works the best for me. So I just take my Yardley's translucent powder lid and dispense some of that banana powder onto it. I will dip my sponge in, and as you can see there's a lot of powder on it. Then what I'll do is I'll take some of it off on the back of my hand like that, and then you can just make sure using the other side there's no creases. Then I'll take my side that's got the product on, and I've taken some of the powder off, and I will press it in. Very small tapping motions, and I'll press it in. And then my eyes are set. Can you see the difference? To set the rest of the face, what I do first, I take a very fluffy brush and still using the product in the lid, I just literally dip it in and dust a lot of it off, and then press, 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 and this just locks my foundation in. So now that we finished set our face, we are starting on contouring, and for contouring I will be using my Morphe Dare to Create 39A palette. The two shades I will be using is the shade over here and the shade over here. So in my contouring, I first start with this round powder brush. I like to lightly get my cheekbones with this brush, but we will be going in with a different brush after this. So only very lightly do I like to do this part of my face, nothing too hectic. And then I drag it down. Gotta contour that double chin, honey. And now we are going to go in with this darker shade here to contour in the cheekbone, like deep in the cheekbone over here. So circular motions. I don't like to add too much product because there's nothing worse than over contouring and then trying to fix it and then you end up looking muddy. So now that we have contoured our face, we are going to contour the nose. Now for the nose, I like to go in with the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. So I use this brush that I got from JN Beauty, and then gently tapping onto the nose. So now that we have contoured, we are going to go in with bronzer. Now my favorite bronzers at the moment are these two bronzers. One is from Makeup Revolution, it's the blush palette in Golden Sugar, and the other one is the Maybelline Face Studio Bronze. So I'm first going to start with the Makeup Revolution, and I'm going to use this shade over here. I just go in it like that, swirl it around, and then and where I contoured, just not as precise, just blending it around. Blending it into our contour, but not touching this halo area over here. Now we are going to move on to the Maybelline Bronze Palette. So what I do is, I only use these shades over here for the deep contour. And I literally just run my brush across like that, and dust some of it off, and then blend in again. And Sailor Dean, if you follow her on Instagram, she actually put me onto this bronzer. Thank you, Sailor. She's got a hashtag, Sailor made me do it. So definitely check out her page. I actually met her for the first time in Jeffrey's Bay. Her mom owns one of my very favorite Mexican restaurants in Jeffrey's Bay called The Mexican. So if you ever find yourself in Jeffrey's Bay, definitely go check out The Mexican. They sell very authentic Mexican food. So now we are going to move back into the Makeup Revolution palette that we just used. We are now going to be using this bronzy, I don't know what even to call it. It's a very beautiful. I'm going to take the brush and just dab it in there. And this, guys, is one of the products that really gives me that glow. Blend the bronzers and the highlighter together. I feel like it just brings everything together beautifully. So now we'll move on to blush. We're going to be using the Beauty Treats Marble Blush Palette, and you can find this at Discount. I think it retailed for like 70 Rand, and it's got so many pretty shades. Like, I like using this coral and this pink shade over here. So I'm going to go in with both of them, especially this coral shade, because it does have a bit of a glow factor to it. Do you see that peachy, corally colour coming to my face? That's like my fave. Ooh, yes. Am I the only person who likes putting blush on my nose? I don't know why. My mother always used to do this and I never understood why until now. And I'm like, it just makes it look so cute, and on my chin, some on my forehead. I just love it. I just feel like it brings this warmth, and I don't know, it just does everything, and I just love it. So now that the blush is done, I'm going to go back in with that powder that we used earlier. Put some on my brush and dust some of it off. To blend everything together now, I will be using this fluffy brush. And just look at the difference. I feel like it blends everything together and makes it so smooth, and just looks like everything's melted in together. Do you see that? I just feel like everything just looks so seamless now. Now that that's done, we can finally move on to the highlighting part, which is my favorite part out of everything. And I use two different highlighters, so I'll be showing you which two I use to get that glowy, amazing, angel-like look. So the first palette is the Pixie Dolce Candy palette, and it is a multi-purpose palette. It looks like this, and I will be using this shade over here and the shade at the top. And don't forget the neck and some of the ears. Just lightly dipping it, and then first, this is what I do, because this is quite a darker highlight, so I like to blend this in with the blush and the bronzer and add it to the rest of my face. But the next product that I will be showing you guys probably already know which palette or which highlighter this is. It is, of course, the one and only Amrexy highlighter. You guys know how I feel about this highlighter. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I love this. So this highlighter is so pigmented. If I just literally run over, this glow it gives me is just amazing. I just love this highlighter. Some on my nose, on the bridge of my nose, and of course I've got to get my Cupid's bow. Love this. First, inner corners. For me, this just takes your eye look to the next level. I feel like it's such a sexy element to add to your makeup. And I'm just going to drag it a little bit into this darker shade. And we are glowing mama. Now for mascara and lips, and we are done. Now we are just going to set our face. So I will be setting my face with the Makeup Fixing Mist. It is from Pixie. So I'll just give it a bit of a shake. So this is the end result, and I am so happy with it. This is my go-to glow foundation routine, and I just love how glowy it is. If you guys would like to see more videos like this, definitely comment down below, especially if it's makeup videos. Let me know what you guys want to see. Eyebrows, maybe specifically focusing on contour or smooth foundation, and I'll definitely whip up something for you guys. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!